The ultimatum, the holographic projection of Ambassador Vex, flickered to life in the United Earth Command Center, his scaled reptilian features sharp against the blue glow of the transmission. Director Sarah Chen sat across from the alien diplomat, her expression calm despite the weight of his words. Behind her, the massive viewing screen displayed Earth's modest fleet of 300 ships, orbiting peacefully around their home planet. Director Chen, Vex's voice carried the authority of 1,000 worlds. The Galactic Council has made its decision. Your species has expanded beyond acceptable limits. The mining colonies in the Proxima system, the research stations near Alpha Centauri, and your recent exploration missions into the Vega sector constitute violations of the containment protocol. Sarah's fingers drummed silently on the polished metal table. The containment protocol had been established 2 centuries ago, when humanity first achieved faster-than-light travel. The major galactic powers had agreed that emerging species should be limited to their home systems until they proved themselves worthy of expansion. For humans, that meant staying within a 50 light-year radius of Earth. We have established 17 colonies and research outposts, Sarah replied evenly. Hardly an invasion force, Ambassador. Vex's serpentine eyes narrowed. The Council has also detected unusual energy signatures from your outer solar system. Deep space monitoring stations have recorded gravitational anomalies that suggest hidden military installations. Captain Marcus Rivera shifted uncomfortably in his seat. As commander of Earth's visible fleet, he knew better than anyone how inadequate their forces appeared to the galaxy. 300 ships against the Council's combined armadas of over 50,000 vessels seemed laughable. Yet Sarah remained perfectly composed. "We maintain standard defensive platforms," Sarah said. "Nothing that violates interstellar law." Nevertheless, Vex continued, "The Council demands the following. First, immediate withdrawal of all human presence beyond the 30 light-year limit. Second, full disclosure of all military assets and technological capabilities. Third, submission to Council oversight of all future expansion efforts." The silence in the command center was deafening. Every human officer present knew what this meant. The galaxy's major powers wanted to keep humanity contained, weak, and dependent. They had seen too many young species grow into rivals. "And if we refuse?" Sarah asked quietly. Vex's scaled lips curved into what might have been a smile. "The combined fleets of the Zephyrian Empire, the Crystalline Dominion, and the Void Watchers are already mobilizing. Over 12,000 warships, Director Chen. Your entire civilization could be ... relocated to a single world under Council supervision." Sarah stood slowly, her 5-foot frame somehow commanding the room's attention. "I appreciate the Council's concern for galactic stability, Ambassador. We will need time to consider your terms." "You have 72 hours, Vex replied. "After that, the combined fleet will arrive to ensure compliance." The transmission ended, leaving the command center in tense silence. Captain Rivera was the first to speak. "Director, we can't possibly fight 12,000 ships. Our entire fleet wouldn't last an hour against those odds." Sarah turned to face the assembled officers, her expression unreadable. "Captain Rivera, please escort our guests to the secure briefing room. What I'm about to share is classified at the highest levels." Minutes later, in a shielded chamber deep beneath the command center, Sarah activated a holographic display that made several officers gasp in shock. The image showed 3 massive structures, each the size of a small planet, hidden in the dark reaches of the outer solar system. "Ladies and gentlemen," Sarah announced, Meet the true defenders of humanity. Project Titan has been operational for over 200 years. Dr. Elena Baskis, the project's chief engineer, stepped forward. When we first encountered the galactic community, our leaders realized we were at a severe disadvantage. While other species had been spacefaring for millennia, we were newcomers. So we developed a different strategy. The hologram zoomed in on the first structure, a sphere nearly the size of Earth's moon. This is Prometheus, our first planet ship. Its construction began in 2157, using asteroids from the outer belt. The ship appears to be a rogue planetoid, complete with artificial gravity, atmosphere, and even weather patterns. Captain Rivera stared in amazement. How did you keep something that large hidden? Advanced cloaking technology combined with gravitational masking, Dr. Vasquez explained. We learned to bend space-time itself, making our ships invisible too. Conventional sensors. To the galaxy, they appear as empty space or natural celestial bodies. The display shifted to show the second structure, larger than the first. Atlas Sarah continued, houses our primary military command and manufacturing facilities. It can produce an entire fleet of smaller warships in a matter of weeks. The third structure dwarfed even Atlas, and this is Titan itself, our flagship and most powerful weapon. Each of these ships contains technology that the galaxy has never seen. Quantum weaponry, dimensional shields, and AI systems that make our surface computers look like ancient calculators. AI Unit Oracle materialized as a shimmering blue figure. Director Chen, all 3 ships report full operational status. We have been monitoring the approaching Council forces. Their largest vessels are approximately 2 kilometers in length. Titan alone is over 8,000 kilometers in diameter. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity hadn't been building a conventional fleet for the past 2 centuries. They had been constructing mobile planets, each one a fortress capable of housing millions of people and wielding enough firepower to level entire star systems. The gravitational anomalies the Council detected, Sarah explained, were our ships beginning their activation sequences. For 200 years, they've remained dormant, their crews in stasis, their weapons powered down. But now, it's time for them to wake up. Admiral Zara Okafor, who had been silent throughout the briefing, finally spoke. Director, I've commanded military operations for 30 years, but this is beyond anything I imagined. How many people know about this? Fewer than 1,000 across all 3 ships, Sarah replied. The crews have been selected and trained in complete secrecy. Each ship operates with a skeleton crew of specialists, while AI systems handle most functions. Captain Rivera shook his head in disbelief. The Council thinks they're dealing with a primitive species with a few hundred ships. They have no idea what's coming. That's exactly what we want them to think, Sarah said. The element of surprise is our greatest advantage. When Ambassador Vex returns for our answer, we'll appear to capitulate. Let them believe they've won. Oracles. Projection flickered as new data streams appeared. Director long-range sensors detect the leading elements of the Council fleet. Approximately 2,000 ships, with the main force following 6 hours behind. Perfect, Sarah smiled. Let them think they're intimidating us. Oracle, send activation orders to all 3 ships. Full operational status within 60 hours. The AI nodded, confirmed. Prometheus reports, crew revival procedures, beginning. Atlas is bringing online manufacturing systems. Titan is charging primary weapon arrays. Dr. Vasquez pulled up technical specifications on her tablet. Director, should we inform Earth's population about what's happening? Not yet, Sarah decided. If our surface communications are being monitored, we can't risk revealing our capabilities. The people of Earth will know soon enough. As the meeting concluded, officers began filing out to their various posts. The next 3 days would determine humanity's place in the galaxy. Either they would remain a contained, second-class species, or they would emerge as a power that could reshape the balance of civilizations outside the command center. Earth cities continued their daily routines, unaware that their fate hung in the balance. Children played in parks while their parents worked in offices and factories. The peaceful blue world seemed utterly defenseless against the approaching armada. But in the cold darkness beyond Neptune, 3 artificial worlds were stirring to life. Prometheus began extending massive sensor arrays disguised as natural rock formations. Atlas opened hidden manufacturing bays where thousands of drone fighters waited in neat rows. And Titan, the crown jewel of humanity's secret fleet, slowly rotated to bring its primary weapons to bear on the approaching enemy. Ambassador Vex would return soon for Earth's answer. When he did, he would find a species ready to negotiate from a position of strength that the galaxy had never imagined possible. The age of humanity's containment was about to end. Part 2. The Hour-Kennings of T2 hours after Ambassador Vex's ultimatum. The Galactic Council's combined fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of Earth's solar system. The sight was magnificent and terrifying in equal measure. 12,000 warships of various designs and sizes spread across space like a metal constellation, their hulls gleaming in the distant sunlight. Council leader Thane stood on the bridge of the flagship Dominion, a massive dreadnought that served as the mobile command center for the operation. The elderly crystalline being's transparent body pulsed with satisfied light patterns as he observed Earth's pathetic defenses on the tactical display. 300 primitive vessels, he mused to his tactical officer. They haven't even attempted to run. Perhaps these humans are more sensible than we anticipated. On Earth's surface, Director Sarah Chen watched the alien armada through the command center's main viewer. The ships were beautiful in their own way, representing dozens of different alien civilizations. But she felt no fear, only anticipation. Oracle, she said quietly, status report on our assets. The AI materialized beside her. All 3 ships report full operational readiness. Crews have completed revival procedures. Weapon systems are charged and targeting solutions have been calculated. We are ready, Director. Captain Rivera approached with a communications tablet. Director, we're receiving a transmission from the Council flagship. They're demanding to speak with you. Put them through, Sarah replied. Settling into her command chair, Ambassador Vex appeared on the main screen, flanked by the imposing figure of Council leader Thane. Director Chen, I trust you have considered our generous terms. The Council awaits your response. Sarah stood, her expression humble and defeated. Ambassador, Council leader, the people of Earth have deliberated carefully. We recognize the wisdom of the Galactic Council and accept your terms. A ripple of satisfaction passed through the alien command crew. This had been easier than expected. Excellent, Thane's crystalline voice chimed like breaking glass. You will immediately begin withdrawing your forces from the contested systems. Our inspection teams will arrive within the hour to catalogue your military assets. Of course. Sarah nodded. However, I should mention that we have been experiencing some technical difficulties with our deep space monitoring stations. Several automated platforms in the outer system have been behaving erratically. Vex waved dismissively. Minor technical issues are to be expected from primitive technology. We will assist in decommissioning these systems. Thank you for your understanding, Sarah replied. I'm transmitting our fleet disposition data now. As the transmission ended, Sarah turned to her staff with a predatory smile. Oracle, activate all stealth systems. It's time to introduce our guests to the real Earth Defense Force. Deep in the Kuiper Belt, Prometheus began its transformation. What had appeared to be a lifeless chunk of ice and rock suddenly burst with activity. Massive hangar bays opened along its surface, revealing launch tubes that could deploy thousands of fighters simultaneously. Admiral Zara Okafor stood on the ship's bridge, watching as her crew completed final preparations. All stations report ready, her tactical officer announced. We have clear targeting solutions on the Council Vanguard. Hold position, Admiral Okafor ordered. Wait for the signal. Closer to Jupiter, Atlas revealed its true nature as construction bays opened like blooming flowers. The facility that the Council had dismissed as gravitational anomalies was actually humanity's greatest industrial achievement. General Kepler, the ship's commanding officer, watched with satisfaction as newly constructed warships powered up. Their engines. General, his communications officer reported. We're receiving activation codes from Earth Command. Acknowledged, Kepler replied. Begin deployment of the Alpha Squadron. Show them what real warships look like. But it was Titan that truly defied comprehension. The massive sphere, larger than Earth's moon, began to shimmer as its cloaking. Systems disengaged. Council Leader Thane was reviewing inspection reports when his tactical officer suddenly screamed in alarm. Sir, massive energy signature detected. Something is decloaking near Saturn. The main viewer shifted to show Titan in all its terrible glory. The artificial world bristled with weapon emplacements, each one larger than the Council's biggest. Ships. City-sized shield generators hummed with power while the ship's surface revealed forests, oceans, and what appeared to be entire civilizations living on its hull. Impossible, Thane whispered. No species could construct something of that magnitude. Ambassador Vex's scaled hands trembled as he accessed his ship's database. It's not in any of our records. The energy output alone exceeds our entire fleet's combined capabilities. Across the Council Armada, alarms began sounding as sensor operators detected two more massive signatures. Prometheus and Atlas dropped their stealth systems simultaneously, revealing themselves to the shocked alien forces on Earth. Sarah Chen opened a communications channel to the entire Council fleet. Her image appeared on every ship simultaneously, her demeanor no longer humble but radiating quiet confidence. Council Leader Thane, Ambassador Vex, honored delegates of the Galactic Council. I believe there has been a misunderstanding. When you offered to help us understand our place in the galaxy, you assumed we were a primitive species in need of guidance. The camera angle shifted to show the tactical display behind her, revealing the true scope of humanity's hidden fleet. Allow me to correct that assumption. What you see before you represents 2 centuries of human ingenuity, determination, and patience. We have not been hiding from the galaxy out of fear. We have been preparing. Admiral Okafor's voice came over. The communication system. Prometheus reporting full combat readiness. All fighter squadrons deployed and ready for engagement. General Kepler followed. Atlas manufacturing systems online. Drone production facilities operating at maximum capacity. We can replace our entire fleet faster than you can destroy it. Finally, a new voice joined the broadcast, calm and impossibly ancient. This is Admiral Sarah Torres, commanding officer of Titan, Council Forces. You are outgunned, outnumbered, and completely outclassed. We suggest you reconsider your position. Council Leader Thane's crystalline form flickered with patterns of confusion and fear. This is impossible. Our intelligence indicated that humanity possessed only primitive vessels. Your intelligence was exactly what we wanted you to see, Director Chen replied. Every interaction, every negotiation, every display of our capabilities has been carefully orchestrated. While you saw a species struggling to build a few hundred ships, we were constructing mobile worlds. To demonstrate their point, Titans. Primary weapon systems came online. The massive ship's main cannon, a device that dwarfed entire Council vessels, began charging with visible energy. The weapon could be seen from millions of kilometers away, its power readings sending panic through the alien fleet. As a gesture of goodwill, Admiral Torres announced, "We will provide a small demonstration." The cannon fired once, sending a beam of concentrated energy into an empty patch of space. The shot created a temporary rift in space-time itself, warping light and gravity for several seconds before dissipating. The display of power was unmistakable. That single shot contained enough energy to vaporize the largest Council ships. Ambassador. Vex's composure completely cracked. Director Chen, surely we can reach an accommodation. The Council had no knowledge of your true capabilities. Indeed. Sarah replied smoothly, which brings us to the new terms of engagement. Humanity will no longer be contained to a single system. Our expansion will proceed according to our own timeline and requirements. She gestured to her tactical display. Furthermore, the Galactic Council will immediately cease all restrictions on human technology, development, and expansion. Our mining operations, research stations, and colonies will operate without interference. Council Leader Thane's form pulsed, with desperate light patterns. The other species will never accept human dominance. There will be chaos. Not dominance, Director Chen corrected. Partnership, but partnership between equals, not between masters and subjects. Humanity offers technological advancement, industrial capacity, and protection to those who choose to work with us. General. Kepler's voice added weight to the offer. Our manufacturing capabilities can benefit the entire galaxy. We can build ships, stations, and habitats faster and better than any existing industrial base. The Council fleet remained frozen in space, their commanders uncertain how to respond. Some voices called for immediate attack, despite the overwhelming disadvantage. Others urged negotiation and retreat. Admiral Okafor made the decision for them. Council ships, you have 30 minutes to begin withdrawal procedures. Any vessel that remains in Earth's solar system after that time will be considered hostile. As if to emphasize the point, thousands of human fighters launched from Prometheus, swarming through space in perfect formations. Each fighter was larger and more advanced than anything in the Council's arsenal. The withdrawal began within minutes. Ship after ship engaged their hyperdrives, fleeing the solar system that had seemed like easy prey just hours before. Council Leader Thane's flagship was among the last to leave, its commander still struggling to comprehend the magnitude of their miscalculation. As the alien fleet disappeared into hyperspace, Director Sarah Chen stood on the observation deck of Earth Command, looking up at the stars with new eyes. Humanity was no longer a contained species begging for acceptance. They had become the galaxy's newest superpower, and the balance of civilizations would never be the same. Asterisk.